The shallots, grown from seed. Very nice. Well, as you can see, they've divided, and it was certainly not from two seeds. This was from one seed that has split. It's the first time I've tried the shallot. They're called Ambition. Well, certainly this one's been ambitious. Last year I grew some banana shallots, Zebrun, from Sutton seeds that were imported from the United Kingdom, and they never really worked that well for me. I know they work for a lot of people over there, but I don't know, maybe our growing conditions are a little bit different. But I got these from West Coast Seeds, which is a local company down the road, and I do believe in growing locally. And look at these are fantastic. I'm not sure how long these will store for. Hopefully a while. But if they don't, they will be eaten. And I grew a different type of shallot too from the same company, which were meant for storing. We'll look at those in a minute. I'm going to let this lot dry out in the greenhouse for a few days, because I think that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not sure. Let's go with it. And these ones are called Conserva. As the name suggests, these will store very well, but they've not done so well. I'm not sure that's what you're supposed to do, but that's what we're going to go with. I gave the leaves on the tomatoes a serious pruning back this week. Mrs. Coleman has been randomly chomping away at them, but she's also made a couple of really large lasagnas that have gone into the freezer. But what we need now is just a couple of more bags to give us some spaghetti during the winter, and anything else we get is a bonus. Well, this is the beefsteak tomato that I was going to chuck away because it had leaf curl. As you can see, it's got a lot of fruit on it, and hopefully there's time for these to ripen so we can enjoy them. What's in blue? What's in blue? What's in blue? And this week in bloom, the good old sunflower. Sunflowers are grown for a whole bunch of reasons. I mean, first of all, they look great, don't they? And then, well, there's the seeds. Each sunflower in general has the potential to make 1,000 seeds. That's good for us, and it's good for the birds. And also, of course, sunflower oil. Also in bloom, echinacea, or the coneflower. Coneflowers are native to this region, and they're the workhorses of the summer garden. They can handle the heat, they love the sun, have virtually no problems with pests and diseases, and they require a lot less water than most other perennials. They pump out daisy-like flowers with nectar-rich centres, making them another great plant for the butterflies and the bees. And they don't just come in purple. You can get them in yellow, you can get them in red, you can get them in orange, you can get them in white, you can get them in neon lime green. And they also resemble the type of flower that you draw with a crayon when you're a kid. And to me, that's the type of flower that I want to grow. Well, these are my giant onions, and I'm very, very happy with them. I got them going from seed at Christmas. This one's an Ailsa Craig, and it's named after an island in the Firth of Clyde in Scotland. And the reason I know that is I've just researched it on the internet. My research also tells me that even though it's not from Ailsa Craig, it would in fact grow there. Apparently these are designed to be grown between the 38th and 60th parallels, and that makes them ideal for the northern gardener. We've already had a couple of them, and they're pretty sweet. They're really tasty onions. It surprised me. And these ones are the Kelsey onions. They're also mild and sweet, taste really nice. And we're growing them to eat. We don't really have agricultural shows and competitions, places to show them off. And that's a good thing, because if we did, I'd get slaughtered. I've heard in Britain people can get 16-pound onions out of these things. 16 pounds. These aren't even close to a third of that. But that's okay. I've enjoyed growing these this year. It's probably been one of my favourite things to grow. And you know, in the middle of June, it was around the longest day. So what's that, around June the 20th? They weren't that big. They put all this weight on in the last month. And I'm very happy for it. The quinoa has finally decided to put on a growth spurt. It's nearly as big as me now. I'm not sure how much quinoa we'll get from it. I've never grown it before. If anybody has grown it before, let me know. One of the things I've noticed on the quinoa is the browning of the leaves, and my research has suggested that that does happen. It's not the prettiest plant I've ever grown, but hopefully we'll reap the rewards. Well, the one is still growing, hasn't gone to seed yet. Let's go and take a look at Dezzy's #1 onion.
Now this one is for Adam. Look, we have Granny's tape measure, right, for making frocks. What you fellas call them there over in England, or the United Kingdom.
Damn right, mate. Damn
Okay,
right.
let's have a look.
Used to be Great Britain.
Britain and great in the same sentence? Isn't that an oxymoron? Oh, bugger that, 10.5.
10.5, but that's okay, because yours ain't finished growing yet, mate.
I think he was skating at 12 inches, you know.
Yeah.
He was just trying to pose to his wife, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I've got a 12-incher.
I don't think he's done so well as getting one of them things.
Yeah,
but
the displaced Canadian bloke's only got a 10.5.
Oh, no, but that's all right. We got at least another month on ours, mate.
Okay, so there we have the video evidence, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, yeah, we'll do this one more time.
And you make frocks with this thing, or?
Oh yeah, shit, I could whip you up some curtains too.
Well, we got a little bit of rain last night, which was most welcome. It's probably the first rain we've had in close to 60 days. And it certainly doesn't mean it's the end of the drought, and it certainly won't cause all the forest fires to go out that's burning in British Columbia right now, but it's certainly going to help. And like I said, most welcome. Well, right now, I think it's time for a beer. I was up at Fieldhouse Brewing earlier today, and I picked up a nice little beer called Light Brett. It's about 5%. And a lovely summer drink. Cheers. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a comment, hit the like button or subscribe.